If you want to believe that this is truly something that is a degradation to females, real women, ask yourself, did something that EJ say or said uplift the chicken tender community or just themselves? Because a lot of quote unquote real women are sitting up here feeling antagonized against because they perceive that EJ said something inflammatory. But I'm going to say again that the reason why you're perceiving it as inflammatory is because you see EJ as a man. And EJ doesn't necessarily see themselves like that. So you are taking their words as something that is antagonistic, and it's not. It's actually not. And the reason how I'm going to prove that it's not is because nothing that EJ said was uplifting towards chicken tenders as a whole. They weren't saying that chicken tenders were just so much better than real women. They weren't throwing real women under the bus. They were uplifting themselves. And then most of you say that all of the blatant statement, gay, down low, trans, they're all the same, and they're all gay, and they just need to be gay, and they just need to stay in their little gay box, and we don't have to see them. And so I can be in my delusional bubble and believe that men who are heterosexual only want me because I'm heterosexual, and they don't want anyone else because that would mean that they're gay and they're in that bubble over there. And when they're crossing over to this bubble over here, it makes me feel like I'm being antagonized. But that's pathetic. Like I said, there was nothing that EJ said that was again, I'm going to say that this is not like some race issue or some white girl coming on and being like, white girls just do it better, da-da-da-da. Although you might conflate that as that, I don't think that's what that was. I don't think it was EJ saying that transgenders are better than women. I don't think that was the case. It's not like I said, a white girl coming on and being like, oh, white women, that's why we get more men and da-da-da-da-da. Oh my God. It wasn't like that. And I think some of you know that it is not like that, but then some of you are actually blind or blinded by the box that you put yourself in and being triggered by something you perceive as being taken away from you, as you perceive scarcity from not having a man. And I think that's so freaking pathetic. I think that is so pathetic. And although you might have fears, and they are valid fears, that men can take away your womanhood by calling themselves the new woman, that is a valid fear that could happen. And your womanhood could be stripped away, especially for Black women. Femininity is already kind of stripped away through media, being told that you're not good enough. All of these things happen to us, I should say. I'm trying to be objective here. All of these things happen to women, Black women. And it's deliberately done, and it's triggering, and it's antagonistic. So this feels like that too. But that's not what this was. That's not what EJ was doing. It wasn't. And I think more so that, especially within the demography that is the lowest on the totem pole and hierarchy, and you know what I'm saying, feels this sense of the rug being slipped or grabbed from under you, as if something that someone was saying was so inflammatory because you perceive this person to have some sort of privilege over you, when you know that that's also not the case. Yeah, EJ was delusional. Yeah, EJ feels like they get heterosexual men, but they're not even on some DL kick, I don't even think. They didn't mention the DLism that the other chick, TS, whatever, did. That's not what this is. For all you know, EJ might date one person a year, be celibate, and say that they date heterosexual, quote-unquote, men. And that's their framework of understanding what heterosexual is. And like I said, if I saw anyone talk about the language of what is heterosexual, what is trans, what's a real woman, what's a real man, who qualifies as a man, is it that you have a penis, is it that you have a vagina? If someone were to break this down, but I saw no one doing that, so I am. And I'm here to tell you that most of you are triggered by something that is so trivial because you feel like it's being antagonistic towards you, because you feel like everything is, which is valid, but that's not what this is. It's more so that you want to instill and make sure that people know the pecking order. Even though you want to tear down the system, you want this permeation to still exist. And you can't have both. You really can't. You want the world to change and timelines to acquiesce to the highest, most beneficial good. And you think that comes about with you portraying yourself as the smallest version that you can so that a man can facilitate your life, then you are missing the mark. You're missing the point of ascension. And I'm thinking about this spiritually too.